magicians and drag queens. But it's the best thing on the internet.
I don't have a drop out subscription yet.
Oh man.
The thing that makes me really happy about it is like, so two of them had played like some D&D like back in their middle school youth, and the other two had never played at all. And it very much reminds me of like anytime any piece of information lore was dropped, and I would go, like it's that, but for drag queens doing it, and like pointing across the table of like that's your uncle, and like absolutely every piece of information, Jujubee is just like the most excited person.
It's thing.
I love
Yeah.
it. P.S. We're live. Just a heads up.
Great.
Okay.
I'm sending the tweet.
The tweets.
I'm gonna open my twitter.com.
Stop. Stop it. Stop. Boom. Please. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Sup?
After hurdle after hurdle after hurdle, we're live.
Yay.
Done did it.
Still on Twitch for now. Oh my god. Okay. Hey, welcome back. It's Tenements of the Great Rift. This is a D&D doing it live fun thing with some friendos. And we are in the Rift. Brief recap of what happened last time. We are in a maze, which I can position better on the screen. Okay, there we go. We're in a maze after entering the Rift. And it's been a rough time so far. You know that you've made a progress. One progress.
One progress.
One progress.
Singular progress. Just
With
the one.
this room that's got the sundial in it. And shadows acting weird. And as a reminder for you guys, first sundial room had a single shadow of the sundial pointing straight north. You've tried a couple of different directions, and now you're in a sundial room that has a shadow pointing north and a shadow pointing east. You did go into one room, I'll call it, that had gorgons that were trying to kill you. No big deal. And doing a breath attack left a gem, like a diamond. When Cal picked it up, some exits opened. You all left. But sad, heavy heart time. We lost. Was it Claudius or Talik? Talik.
We all just knew the answer.
Yeah. So several of us were turned to stone, including Talik, and we were not able to save him before leaving. I think one other notable that you guys have experienced so far is attempts to leave markings and a shrine that Cal put together for Talik are no longer here when you came back to this room. I think that's about it. Anything else that you guys want to add or that I've left out?
Nope.
Okay. So, we're back in the sundial room. You have a shadow of the Gnomon pointing north, one pointing east. You've tried north, right? And that took you to the Gorgon room. And it sounded like you wanted to try something else, but we didn't really get anywhere new yet. So the floor is yours.
I think last time we ended up splitting up into the groups that we have now and walked through at the same time, and we just ended up back in the same spot.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
That is, in character you would know, that is an important notable.
We're in the same place, but nothing nothing we had is here.
Like the shrine.
Like the
or
shrine.
Right.
mark.
And I think somebody left like a mark on the sundial,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, which is no longer there.
Hmm.
I mean,
Well,
let's go
I'm sorry.
east.
Yeah.
Sure.
Great. Let's do that.
Cool.
Yep.
Neat.
Yep.
Great.
All right.
East it is.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. Is
Yo.
roll a d8 for me, please.
Oh. Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
How's a 1?
Okay. You guys go around east a bit, and it takes a little longer than last time you took a path to reach what's next. A couple minutes of walking just on this perpetual curve with the hedges around you, and the overhang is just kind of persistent the entire way. It's beautiful. And every once in a while you look up and there's this gigantic black tower off here on your left. You keep walking a little bit, take another glance. It's not there anymore. It's straight in front of you. That's odd. Maybe you don't pay it much mind, but then you kind of look up again and it's directly on your right. The curve of this path is not that severe that you'd be positioning this tower would be positioned so aggressively differently every few seconds when you look up. Something's off about this. But you end up at a room that I've shifted you to now with a large pool at the center and a bright ruby gemstone, very much like the one, Cal, that you picked up in the Gorgon room, is floating about 2 feet above the center of the pool. There is nothing else here, but you do also see that the water's very clear for maybe 2 or 3 feet, and then it's like pure black. And you can see it's kind of swirling a little bit. Not like a whirlpool, but just a little current kind of going counterclockwise. What would you like to do?
What direction would the numbers have gone on the sundial? Do they go clockwise or counterclockwise?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I like realistically, like the notches on a sundial would we would know that they correspond to a certain direction, and I assume that that direction would be clockwise. Of like as time goes through a day, I assume.
Oh,
That yeah, I want to know if the water. Basically, what I'm looking for is the water matching the same direction that we would know time to have followed a sundial.
So the sundial was correct, like 1 through 12
Sure.
clockwise.
Okay, cool.
The water in this pool is swirling counterclockwise.
Great. Okay.
Excuse me.
And how high is the gem floating above the water?
Yeah, it's about 2 feet off the top of the water. Oh, and I did forget to mention, like the pool itself, there's about 2 feet of stone wall. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a fun, elegant way to say this. I'm just going to say it. It looks exactly like the mystical pool that you guys saw in. That is a different game that I run. Oh, the crossover episode happened in my head.
That's funny.
Never mind.
It's an above ground pool.
It's an above ground pool. Yeah, there's
It's a doughboy.
yeah, there's a stone wall about 2 feet off the ground hosting the pool, and the gem itself is another 2 feet above the top of the water.
Are there any loose rocks or stones in the vicinity that I can grab?
Yeah, the ground around you is basically like dirt and like packed down dirt and gravel. So yes.
Great. I'm gonna grab a rock and just toss it, see what happens. Toss it toward into the pool, see what happens.
Okay. Ooh, hello.
We all explode.
Sploosh.
Minor image.
Little a little splash from the rock hitting the water. And as you would expect, there's some rippling and the water's disturbed for the moment, but after a few seconds it goes back to the way it was.
I mean, I feel like we should grab it, but I also feel like maybe we should be closer to the other door when we do.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, we can see this other door space on the other side of the pool? Okay.
Because if you guys want to head over and then have Claudius and I just sort of fly and, grab it, and then meet you over there. I don't love this, but I think that's gonna be the best option.
And yeah, because I think the biggest issue would either be some like torrent pulling anyone who tries to grab that downwards, or like something being in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I am the slowest walker, and yeah, I think that's the best option we've got. So why don't y'all get to the other door, and we can do a snatch and grab.
Do a snatch and grab. Okay.
Yeah.
Is everybody okay with that? Or...
Yeah. Sure.
I'll probably stand on the edge just in case something goes wrong on that other side, though.
But yeah, we're not going through the door.
Well, yeah, 100% not. But like, we should probably make sure that if something does come up, that we're ready to get at it.
Sure. I'm gonna walk around this thing obviously as I get towards the door. Are there any like runes or other markings on this pool?
Make an investigation check. Okay. I would say you're a little distracted by how empty all of this looks.
Sure.
You don't see any markings or runes or anything. But something feels kind of off to you, Whirl, and it's kind of taking your gaze like away, like this is too plain. There's not enough going on here, and for whatever reason that is distracting you from getting the kind of detail that you normally would get from looking around for things like that.
Sure. I'll start moving myself around.
walking there, would I
Don't
be
we, like,
able
fall out? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I
was
figured it
just-
was like a general. All of us were moving. I just figured I'd move my physical piece now that I've
Oh, cool,
asked
yeah.
a question
yeah,
about the
for
room
Beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep.
and successfully learned nothing.
I was gonna ask if we could, if I could make like a perception check or see if there's anything that's like flickering, like magic wise, like if there seems to be like some kind of illusion that's going on in here.
Ooh, okay. Make an Arcana check.
Ooh, okay, let's see. I'm gonna use guidance on myself because I'm not that great at Arcana. Okay.
Okay. At this point,
Oh yeah.
okay. At this point, all of you are you have gained an immense amount of in this world experience over a relatively short time. Has it been like 60 days, something like that?
Not even. I
Not
don't even
even?
think we hit 50. Yeah.
Okay.
So weird.
I know.
Yeah. But your understanding and capability in understanding magic and the various ways that it can be wielded is much larger and more thorough than you might give yourselves credit for. Taryn, you definitely feel a sort of like, if you can imagine like what Jedi experience as a disturbance in the Force. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
There are several in the pool. You feel this pull to the pool.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Fucking breaking the weave, team.
Yup.
Hey guys. Feeling not great things coming from that pool. It's our best not to touch that water because I'm getting a hunch that a lot of people drowned there.
Great. That's why I'm out here.
Cool. All you need to say. Yep. Staying as far away from that water as possible. Thank you.
That's why we're flying.
I'm gonna hop down from this ledge after I get that feeling. Does it feel like less of a there's something in there, more the water itself is weird.
All right. Cal, are you gonna head over?
Cal is gonna stay on this end just in case something happens over here. I'll be able to rush forward if there's something bad, but I want to keep I'm trying to be like strategic about keeping our bases covered here. So yeah.
Okay. So Gert's gonna hop on Claudius. And yeah, we're gonna so hold on, let me double check and make sure what his flying is 60 feet. So can we can I have him do like a half dash? Like, can I have him dash just to like get over the to make sure that he can get over the pool.
Yeah.
But while he's flying over, I'm gonna grab the gem. And I don't know what I need to do to, like, what I need to roll to see if I can do that.
There's nothing to roll in this case.
Okay.
So you hop on Claudius and fly over and just kind of scoop up the gem. And Gert, at the moment your hand touches the gem, you like clasp your fingers around it. The pool, just for you, sort of flashes and becomes crystal clear all the way to its bottom, which you can see is about 50 feet or so. And the bottom is littered with items that look pristine. And then it kind of snaps back to this, like, it's black after 3 feet. In that moment, you did see 4 almost like squid-like creatures just kind of swimming in a circle, very casually counterclockwise. But when it goes back to this, like, it's black after a few feet, all of that is gone. And you now have a ruby gem.
Okay. And so Claudius and I are now, like, over here. Are there any doors open for us?
You see the pathway you came from and the pathway that was on the other side. Nothing's changed, if that's what you mean.
Oh. Okay. Well,
That felt too easy.
so oh.
You're gonna make a thought there, babe?
Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. We might have to go down in the well.
Do we have to?
Do- I mean, we could see what's on the other side first of, like, this little area.
Well, okay. So, geez, did I get? You said that I saw the squids. And what else did I see down there? Like pristine
Items.
stuff?
You definitely saw like a couple daggers that looked like they were in like decorative, like really well crafted. There was some other odd stuff that, like, in that brief moment you really wouldn't be able to make it out, but probably it's like a few vials of liquid. It was like a weird sphere of some sort. Like, the only truly recognizable item to you would have been a couple of daggers, and everything else was like, there's just a bunch of stuff down here and it looked really pretty. I guess it's like the crude way to put it.
All right. It also might have been a trick. So, you know. But as soon as I touched it was all clear, but there were these, like, big monsters. So, you know. There's a bunch of stuff down there, though.
I mean, was anything clearly, obviously, like a thing you super want, or does it just look like they left a bunch of shit down there?
It just looked like a bunch of really pristine stuff. But again, that feels like it might be a trap.
Right. Is it
Sounds
stuff
like
you
a
want?
bait.
Because if
No.
it's not stuff we want, then there's no reason for us to go get it.
Doesn't look like it's stuff we want.
Right.
But I'm also wondering if that's the way out?
Let's maybe come to that last then, just because it feels like the most dangerous option, and if there is an
Yes.
easier one, let's see if we
Yeah.
can do that.
Hi. Hi, Carla. Hello.
He wants to get that shit down
Mom,
there.
mom,
He's like,
mom.
there's an orb. You could throw that, and then I could bring it back to you, and then you could throw it, and then I could bring it back to you. I don't understand why you keep throwing it.
All right. Then let's. I might need to step away for a moment.
No worries.
So why don't you all decide what we're going to proceed with, and I agree.
Okay.
I'll
Sounds
be
good.
right back.
Forward.
I think so.
Yeah, let's try forward first.
The unfortunate part is, and I know we already know this, but if we move forward, there is no guarantee that we can come back.
Hmm.
We may just end
Fair.
up back in the same predicament we were in to begin with. So, as we move forward, just remember that it may not be possible to backtrack at all in this place.
Want me to stick my head down there and yell at those squid things and be like, "Hey, can we get that stuff?"
Do you speak squid thing?
I speak animal. I speak creature.
Are
I have universal
are the
speech, so
squid
I can
things
speak.
animals, or are they?
Creatures. I can, as an action, choose up to 5 creatures within 60 feet. I don't think that the pool is that deep. That can magically understand me, regardless of what language I speak. So if they're creatures, then they can hear me. They can understand me. They may not be able to communicate back to me, but they can hear what I'm saying
So
as I
you
scream
can
it into
just.
the water.
So you
We've
can.
done this before.
So, if these squid things are creatures, indeed, you can just tell them to bring up the arms and leave them by the side of the pool, and
I mean, like,
they
I
can
talked to that.
understand.
Yeah, I talked to that bug
Like-
guy once, and I was like, "Hey, can you like dissolve this dude's chains?" And he did it. Just because I was nice to him, I probably try and be nice to these guys. They might attack us anyway, but I also feel like if we do anything to that water, they're gonna attack us anyway. We could at least try nice first.
It really feels like a bait.
I also would just love to walk through this hole, but you have brought up the ability that we may not be able to go back. So, do we want to hang out in here and figure out this fish thing, or do we want to walk through this hole?
Hmm.
I'm fully on board with just leaving this because it doesn't feel like those are. I don't even believe if they're real, to be honest.
Hmm.
I feel like why else would Gert have only been able to see it once she'd had the way to get out of here? It feels like a
Mhm.
whole greed situation of like, oh, you could leave, but what if you wanted this thing? And all these shiny trinkets.
Look at all these fancy daggers and nothing else
Yeah.
you can really tell what's down there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need no fancy daggers.
Nah. I already got one. It's pretty sick.
Exactly. You already got a fancy
Yeah,
dagger.
it's a really cool dagger.
I guess Juice during this time would have or will be like walking around to them. I just want to make sure that was okay.
Sure. Yeah. There's nothing that happens. So you're able to do that. So I think I missed it. What is the verdict on what to do?
I'm good to just get out of here.
I agree.
If this feels like a trap, it's probably a trap.
Right.
Okay.
Shall we leave?
Yes.
To the
Great.
next room.
Okay.
We are exiting
Batman's
out
in.
this hole here.
I'm going to move all your tokens.
We
But as before, after a couple minutes of walking, going through the going through the pathway. Why am I having such a struggle talking right now? Going through the pathway, you end up back at the sundial room.
Yeah.
Cool.
No peril today.
It's notable that the gnomon shadows are the same. There's one pointing north, one pointing east. In character, you would understand that no progress has been made. But as you come back in,
Oh no.
you
Just no. Okay, thanks.
no thank you.
Definitely give it to the next person.
You get this like entire roller coaster of emotion in a matter of like moments.
Mhm.
You have like a almost a panic attack in this feeling of like your powers, your abilities, where did they come from? Who's my patron? It would be like the short question.
Mhm.
How am I able to do these things? How am I able to understand and use the magic that I use? And like, why is this feeling even hitting me in the first place? Like all of that in a snap. But then you hear and like feel in your chest, physically feel in your chest, this vibrating from something on Cal. And you realize, and Cal, you feel this as well in that moment, the sword is humming and vibrating and shining a little bit more than it was before. And is that moment shifts from this panic and what's going on to comfort. Like you have a close friend right behind you.
Okay. Someone like this instant is just standing there like having to grasp onto the closest person, like clutching her chest and then suddenly looking at Cal and then just visibly relaxing. Weird. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Everything's fine. Yep.
You-
Want to elaborate on that?
Hard to describe. Is that sword glowing for anybody? Is that just me? My eyes deceiving me?
I'll bring the sword out to make sure it's extra visible for everyone.
Okay, yeah.
Is it glowing for everyone?
Yeah, you can all see that it's a little bit more vibrant. It's a little bit more, a little sharper in its look than it has been before. It's kind of subtle, but you do notice it, all of it.
Here's a stupid question. What direction is the shadow of the sword giving?
Whoa.
Does it match us or does
Ooh.
it match something else?
Perception check.
That's a
Okay.
great question.
The gifted or curse?
Yeah.
Just in case, I'm adding a D4 to it. Patron D4. 20. Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay. The sword does not cast a shadow.
Oh, get
Wait.
wrecked.
Okay.
Is that because it's glowing, so it's like a light source?
You know what? I'm glad you said that because this would be a much better way to say this. Whirl, you know that like there's only two reasons this kind of phenomenon would occur. Some magical bullshit and or it's like a flame. You can see a flame, you can see fire.
Sure.
But when light passes through a flame, you will not see a shadow. It's looks and feels exactly like that, like it's a flame. And
Sure.
the sun's light is not going to cast a shadow through it.
I don't know what to do with that information, so I'm just gonna keep it in my brain for now.
Oh, I have an idea.
Cool. Do we now what? Do we just go back and fucking fight things in the water? Do we put the sword on the
Dude.
sundial and see if it tells us something?
Oh,
That would be interesting.
might as well.
And like, is there anything in here that's going to tell us what to do, or do we just have to keep doing things until we get them right? Is basically my question. / thought in my brain.
Everybody make an Arcana check.
I'm applying some guidance.
20. Oh, that was you. 25. Hey, nice.
Oh, non-magical person gets a nat 20.
Nine.
Fucking 3.
Yeah.
9!
I
Nine.
understand all things of the arcane.
You have broken the fourth wall.
Clerics.
You are
Yeah.
aware that there are 6 people on a video call talking you through everything that you're doing. No.
Clerics. Fuck's sake.
Existential crisis.
This
Okay.
is Cal's divine intervention.
The fact that you've had that work twice in this campaign it still blows my mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bananas.
Okay, so is Whirl and surprisingly Cal. The three of you kind of like you're just kind of spitballing here and like, what is this? What's going on? And the three of you kind of like catch each other's eye at the same moment, and it clicks for all three of you. You've heard of this thing called wild magic, and it is all around you. It's like chaos magic, duh. It's definitely magic, and it is influencing and determining everything around you. That might not be very helpful information, but it's at least more of an explanation for what the fuck is going on right now than you had before.
There's some whack shit present here right now, my friends.
What whack shit's going on?
Like super whack tactical magic that's just running amok as it does.
Yeah, it's not like, you know how all of the magic before has been like very planned, like this thing is going to do this thing and then it's going to give us this outcome. Here, there's just like the magic is running amok, doing a chaos, and it just is doing a magic as opposed to like giving us an outcome of magic. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, how gets it? Wow, that's
So
shit.
funny.
Hell yeah. All right. What about it?
So this
Basically,
is-
all of the magic is telling us that it is and not why. And we keep looking for a why, and I think we just need to go after an is.
It's weird.
Wait,
Yeah.
so if we
She is right there.
Oh, yeah, I'm right
Thank
here.
you.
What's up?
so if
Yeah,
we're
that-
in like a
I think I'm
giant-
losing you now.
Okay.
What's up, Logan?
I was gonna say, so if we're in like a giant like chaos magic area, is there more than the symbolism of the Sword of Law, like glowing more in this chaos field place? Is that like a thing that's happening? Maybe. Should we like, I don't know, touch something with it?
Or do we just pick the most chaotic option, which is go back in there and fucking talk to the squid?
But do we know if we can go back there?
Well, we could follow that thing and find out.
You would just pick a random
But-
direction.
Yeah, but we could get something like a lot worse though.
We could, or we could get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we could sit here and discuss all of the possible different directions we could go and all the things could possibly be out there, or we could just start fucking moving around. I think Gert needs to just start touching doors again.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
I'm not
I
gonna
think
complain.
yeah,
Hello?
we're getting at it. Part of us getting out of here is going to be by touching doors because every
As
time,
long as we are together, that's all I care about.
right?
I just don't want to lose you guys.
You won't.
That's all I really want.
So we're not
Uh,
splitting up. We've decided that.
Yes.
Hey guys,
Do we go straight again or do we go left again?
What's up, Taryn?
Right again.
my divine intervention's back.
Oh.
It is back. I forgot that was this day.
What if we did a little silly goofy real quick?
I'm stealing that, dude.
Write
Hey,
that down, hang on.
it's
What if
chaos
we-
time, baby.
What if we do a little silly goofy real quick? That's good.
I'll try it because I don't think there will be a better time and a situation where we won't need it and have it like have a chance to fuck us if we don't get it. So I feel like this is probably one of the best times to use it.
Logic. Imagine.
What? Hey, could you
Gotta
guys
remember your
like?
god's name.
I don't even know which one it is, so I'm just kind
Fair.
of like speaking
Hey, team.
to the. Hey guys, can we get like a little bit of a like? Can we start having our options narrowed down? That would be fantastic. Pretty please.
17 or
100
lower?
time. 17 or lower.
Oh
Oh,
That was so close. Oh my god.
That's so fucking funny. Gert, your
That's
turn.
so good.
Is it? I mean,
You get one for free
sure.
once a day.
sure.
What are you asking? Don't roll it. What are you asking?
I. Uh. Should I just ask Osiris how the fuck do we get through this maze? Like, can you help us?
Would you like
Is
a
that
little walkthrough?
yeah. Can you give us a slightly more direct path, please?
Yeah, can you give us an instruction booklet to this game?
Yeah. Can we get a little more direct path, please? And what's mine is also lower than 17.
Yeah, 17 or
Or-
lower.
A D100.
Yep. Damn.
That's a nope. I do not have the luck
That's fair.
that Mr. Terran does.
18, baby.
That was-
Off by one.
Ooh.
I've never
Right.
had his luck.
It's
And
like most people don't have his luck. Like
think
it is
also-
vehemently hard.
let's
to do.
be honest though, Osiris has kind of helped us out a bunch already. So I think he's-
Yeah.
It is a shame that your bardic inspirations only giveth and do not taketh away.
the
Yeah.
way.
Right. Say something really mean to him, so he has to subtract a D8 from the roll.
I was gonna say
That
you
would be
could-
really funny.
What's the one that's the opposite?
Yeah, it's the unsettling words. That's
Yeah.
the words you have to, but it's very specifically saving throw.
Oh.
And I don't think technically this is a saving throw.
It's a religion saving throw.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
my
We were so close.
goodness.
Shit.
Off by one, man.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
Good gracious.
All right, so where do we go?
I mean,
Let's follow our shadow.
That would put us here, right?
I think so. I think it's up there.
yeah, we
Yes.
haven't tried that yet.
Your shadows are pointing to the northwest. Yes.
Cool, let's try that.
Screw it, yeah, let's
I'm just
try
saying
our
everything
shadows
good
this
points to
time.
the northwest.
Ah,
Mm.
ah, love
Ouch.
you.
I don't get it.
I am aware.
Damn, that was cold. Oh,
All right,
hell.
let's go that direction.
All right, Andrea,
Huh?
roll me a d8.
Oh shit.
One.
Yeah, no way we get back. No way.
Did we roll a d8 when we first went up from the first room into this room?
No.
Mm-mm.
So we keep not picking the right spot.
And we didn't roll it when we both went in opposite directions.
Right, but we came back here.
Yeah.
So that might just be an order thing. Like, I don't know. I'm really feeling the one-on-one splitting up is like what we're supposed to be doing, but that's the scariest option.
It's the scariest, but it's the most chaotic.
It is the most chaotic.
You gotta embrace chaos sometimes, my friends.
Oh, shit.
Sometimes, not all the
We can-
time.
Why is it coming back? No.
Okay. This is gonna look weird for a moment. Bear with me.
I pretend I do not see it.
Ah, just kidding.
My eyeballs are gone.
It's just the way this map is separated. The walls are kind of funky.
Sure.
So, okay. So here you guys are.
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, does this supposed to look like blood?
That's the page. Don't worry
Okay.
about that. So everything that's like north of you, ignore it. It's just
Sure. Sure. Just,
decoration
like,
on the page
decor.
itself. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ahead of you is what's important because in character,
Okay.
everything behind you is this. It's just the pathway you took.
Okay.
Sure.
And it's the same, extremely bland, but like weirdly well tendered, pristine hedge going
Okay.
up about 10 feet on either side, and then there's just this general canopy above it. But ahead of you, after this time only about 20 seconds of walking as opposed to the several minutes it's been before, you see two cyclopses way ahead of you on the opposite side of this room. And to your left, you see like this pen with some animals in it and a couple of huts. These like blotches on the page they're like small huts, or like tents made of straw and mud, just kind of peppered around the room. And every creature you can see is just kind of, it looks like they're frozen in place.
What do the cyclopes look like they're doing?
Perception check.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm good at that one. I wish I could be better. 7.
Taryn, it's really strange. They look like they're just kind of gesturing toward each other, but they're completely frozen in place. It's throwing you off a little bit.
Okay.
Kurt's gonna walk in.
Okay. Gert, the second you take a step beyond the opening of the hedge, you hear this. Meh. Meh. And all of the creatures come to life. There are goats in the pen. Just kind of just kind of lazing around, grazing a bit. And the two cyclopses are actually like talking with each other. You don't understand what they're saying. But after a couple seconds, you like look around and you see them and they see you. They kind of look at each other, make a kind of like a scruff gesture with their faces toward each other, and then like slam their hands together at each other a few times before making a sign with each of their hands. One of them sort of grunts and huffs. It looks like he's lost a game.
They
And
just Rochambeau'd. Who's gonna kill me?
They did.
Some bitch.
And the one who so that one who looks kind of upset and disgruntled is kind of like shambles up and starts to walk toward you a few steps and picks up two very well-rounded dense rocks and just starts to walk toward you with like one tucked under each arm.
Can we all also see this, or does Gert just kind of like freeze when she passes over that threshold?
All of you see this. Yes, all of you are seeing this as soon as Gert sort of passed the threshold. Guys just kind of shambling toward you. Is there anything you want to do? I don't want to go too far.
Son of a bitch. I don't have. I used to have a thing and then I gave it up.
You will notice, I guess, two things about this. One, other than these boulders that he's carrying, the Cyclops is otherwise unarmed. And two, this is a very casual look. It's definitely not like, you don't get the vibe that he's coming over here to attack you.
Again, except that they Rochambeau'd to hurt
Not gonna
me.
hurt us. I don't think so.
It might be like a introduction thing, like a paperwork. They might, you know.
I got the door last time. You go get the door this time.
I think I'm also going to shimmy through people and just like be like, hi, as I like walk through and meet up with Gert. So like doing a friendly.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
so sorry, we're lost. We were hoping to go through here. Is it okay if we go through here?
Cyclops is going to keep walking, and as it gets closer, you're going to feel the rumbling of the ground around you as this massive creature is just kind of shambling onward toward you. And Oral, as you speak to it, it's going to look at you with this one big eye, and awkward little horn kind of above it on its forehead, and just kind of grunt out of its nostrils and plop one of the boulders right in front of you with a massive thud. He's gonna take the other one in his left arm, sort of like roll it up into this kind of look. So it's like cradled in its wrist and its fingers, and turn around the other direction. And it's almost like slow motion for you, but you can hear and feel this massive as just hurls the boulder toward the exit. And it lands right there. You can hear and feel the thunk as this thing hits the ground, and The Cyclops then turns to you, looks right at you, Whirl, and points at the other boulder, and then crosses its arms and sits.
Yeah, I love bocce ball. I'm just gonna see if I can just start rolling it. Just roll it in the direction of the shoulder.
Okay, make a strength check.
Oh boy. I think. Shit. Cal, do you want to help me play bocce ball?
I love bocce ball. Fuck. That got me good.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna move it anywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, if she's actually asking, I know that's not, you can't really maybe assist with strength stuff, but I can try to help if
you are totally capable of helping. Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a strength check as well.
Yeah. I'm assuming our goal is to get that ball over there, but this is a big old wall.
that was a save. That was not the right one.
So if we're allowed to help, I would like to do some magic stuff.
Okay. So let's do this first. Whirl kind of starts to push, and this boulder is like, you can feel it immediately. It is way heavier than it might look for its size. And Cal, you start to, you lean your shoulder in as well. You're able to get it rolling a little bit, but it takes like about all of the effort that you can muster to make it even start to go. Taryn, what would you like to do?
I thought I had something, but I don't have it. So
I do have something that's very stupid if you don't have something.
I guess I'll cast Spiritual Weapon and like try and add some like leverage onto the boulder.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
Alright. Boop. Boop. 15.
Okay. Between the two of you and the spiritual weapon, the boulder is slowly but steadily rolling along. And after a few seconds, here, I'm gonna shift it. Cyclops would actually plopped itself down right about there.
Very good. Not entirely in our path, such that we would have to roll it also through a pond.
So boulder moves a bit. They give it about 10 feet. And you will all notice that the Cyclops at the other end of this room is kind of just like disappointed. It's like this visible frown, is unhappy. And the one near you just kind of like gets a similar like bummed out, displeased, annoyed look, shambles himself up, stands up and hobbles over to the boulder, picks it up with two hands, brings it back to you, plops it on the ground in the same spot that it started.
Great. I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to put both of my hands on the boulder as around the boulder as I can get myself.
Yeah, so the boulder's not that big. You can actually like wrap all the way around it.
Vehemently too heavy?
Yeah.
Let me check the rules.
It's about 2 foot diameter? Yeah.
Oh, I don't think it would work. I was going to try and dimension door it with myself, but it says I can only bring objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what I can carry.
Ooh. Yeah, it does exceed what you can carry.
If I can't push it, yeah.
Can you make it levitate?
It's less than 500 pounds, yeah. But I can... levitate only goes up and down.
But if it's weightless, you could like push it.
Push it? I mean... Can I... Levitated. I feel like we had this problem with like there was a very heavy weapon somewhere, I want to say, or like a stick, and we had the same thought once.
Hmm.
I love those
Yeah,
other
that sounds-
inventory. What level is levitate? There we go. I have a bunch here. I mean, I'll pull out my zither, the Olam zither, and I'm gonna try and levitate it and see if I can get it at least off the ground so we can just push it forward. It would need
Okay.
to weigh less than 500 pounds.
Okay. You give your zither a strum, and the boulder lifts off the ground.
Let's go.
Sweet. And I'm just gonna keep playing and be like, guys, we should push this and just kindly walk forward and just smile at these guys playing this with it. It's like 2 feet in the air now, so we can hopefully just zhuzh it along.
For whatever reason,
Yeah,
this
everyone-
reminds me of that moment in the D&D movie. Fuck.
No. I'm just like, hi, guys. We need to start going, guys. We need to start going, guys. We need to start
And we're
going.
going.
Yep,
Yeah.
and we're going.
And
Okay.
just walking and smiling and just pushing a boulder.
Smile and wave, boys.
Yep.
Smile and wave.
Oh god. Hey y'all. How's it hanging?
Okay, so you give it a push, and it is oddly weightless.
Huh? Crazy.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you push it along.
Great.
When you get to about halfway, move you guys about here. Cal, were you coming along, or were you staying at the entrance on purpose?
No, I'll be pushing.
'Kay.
Or doing whatever, yeah.
Yeah. So the moment you lift it up and start pushing, the first Cyclops near you it opens its eye with this sort of surprised and entertained demeanor. And the second one at the end just kind of like tilts its head out of curiosity. You guys are pushing this boulder along through the air, and you'll notice that both of the Cyclopses like give each other a look and then just do this.
Great.
And then you get to about the point that the first boulder landed, and one step further.
Yeah.
At that moment, Claudius is following. At that moment, the second Cyclops is going to uncross its arms, like use its knuckles to help himself stand up, and just shamble on over to you with this like shouldery move, and look at you, Whirl,
Mhm.
with this like he's getting too close. It's a
Sure.
little uncomfortable, and just
But you
kind of
wouldn't see
like
it on her face.
just kind of like looks at you. Looks like
Hi.
right at your eyes.
Hello.
Gives like one big blink, and then like looks at your hands. Gives another blink. And then just kind of like reaches into his satchel that he's got, shuffles around for a moment, still this close to you,
Right.
and opens out his hand to you with a bright orange gemstone.
I will take the gemstone.
Okay. The moment you touch it, you will feel a slight breeze pass all of you. Will feel this slight breeze pass from where you came in toward the exit, and everything freezes again. The one Cyclops with his hand outstretched, the other at the entrance just kind of looking at you, and all of the goats in the pen doing their graze thing, completely frozen.
And the wind came from behind us forward or from in front
Yes.
of us behind us? Okay, so we want to continue forward. Because that's where the wind went. And if I know anything about wind, I don't. I think we should go forward.
Yeah, let's go forward.
Right. I'm going to nicely let the boulder plop down where it is. All right. Shall we?
Yeah.
We shall.
So we have something diamond-ish, we have something ruby-y, and we have an orange stone.
What's that like?
I don't know what stones are
Like an
orange.
like an opal?
Maybe? No, I thought opals
Like a
were like cloudy white,
Yeah.
sparkly.
I think I'm thinking of fire opals from a magic item,
Sure.
which I
Maybe it's like
described as
amber. There we go.
An amber.
We got
there we
amber.
This is
Let's
the
do it.
discussion that fills the passage.
Yeah, as we're wandering, I'm like, we're all like, what fucking gem is
Okay.
this?
Okay, I'm gonna move your tokens. After walking for maybe 10 seconds this time, seems like the timing of everything is very different each time you do something new. This time it's only about 10 seconds. You end up back in the sundial room with one Gnomon shadow pointing north, one pointing east, exactly as it was when you went into the previous room.
Sure.
In character, you would understand, I think, two things. It's become very clear now to you that these gems are like you have to obtain one in the room you end up in order to leave it, because there was at least one time in between last session and this one that you tried to leave a room but ended up back in it until you obtained the gemstone. So the gemstone is a key to leaving whatever room you end up in. And unfortunately, it seems you have not made any new progress for getting through whatever this is.
Are there any spots on the sundial that could like fit one of these
Gems.
gems?
So as you go to try to determine that, Taryn,
Oh no.
you reach to whether it was another person or yourself, if you had one, I forget.
I think I would have just like went up to the altar and like looked for like areas that look like they could fit.
Oh, I see.
Just generally.
Like impressions.
Yeah, so something
Okay.
that would have like a something that's missing from them.
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check then.
For sure. I will be using guidance on that as well. Investigation D4. That will be terrible. Yeah,
Ooh.
2.
Ugh.
Taryn, this is
Yeah.
a sundial.
Hey guys, it's a sundial.
Are you sure about that?
It is like pristine, it's gorgeous, but as far as like trying to find like impressions for stones to fit in, you really don't get anywhere with that.
Okay.
But looking at our time, I think this is a great place for us to take a pause, take a quick break. So we will be right back. All right. Okay, we're back. Hey, hi, hello.
Hello.
So we're back in the sundial room. And you guys in character would understand, you have made a progress before, but your last couple tries on where to go next have not been fruitful. Although you did figure out the whole gemstone thing That's your ticket out of wherever you end up. So, I will also remind you guys over the table that if you ever like, after trying some things, if you feel like you're not really getting anywhere, I am perfectly open to checks of various sorts to sort of help you figure out what the, or at least make progress to what is the answer to the puzzle. If you want to do that. If you don't, that's totally fine too. So what would you like to do?
Guys, I think we have to try doing a one-on-one split.
We
Okay,
might have to.
but okay, so the progress that we did make was when there was one arrow. We
Mhm.
all went through the one arrow,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
And then we came to a new room and there were 2 arrows.
There were 2 arrows, and we saw Bigby and Elminster each.
And we saw Bigby and Elminster.
Right.
Is
and
that
we tried splitting up?
Is that the only progress that we've actually made, Juice?
I
Yes.
believe so.
That is the only progress we've actually made.
Yes.
And when we split up and went in 2 different directions, we just came back to this room.
You did try that, yes.
And we have all gone one way, we have all gone both ways.
We tried following our own shadow.
Tried
Right.
following our own shadow.
The Sword of Law doesn't have a shadow to follow.
Here's another stupid question, and maybe we follow neither of those. Maybe we don't follow our shadow. Maybe we follow the route that's immediately in between both of the arrows.
That's an interesting.
So, like, next option would be this one, is what my brain is saying, because we tried, when there was one arrow, we follow the one arrow. When there's 2 arrows, we've tried following both of the arrows. We've tried splitting up between the arrows, and we've tried going not in a direction of either of the arrows, because that's what our shadows are doing. But since there's like a middle to the arrows, that's my next thought. Just in splitting things in half.
Yeah. Just so
But I
we're
don't-
all together for longer, I'm okay to try that.
Yeah, but otherwise I've not got any like brain thoughts as to why that feels good. It just is the next thing that looks like we should try it.
Yeah.
Splitting a difference, if you will.
Cool. Let's give it a shot then.
The gems don't like coincide anywhere on the sword that Cal has that's glowing, does it?
Well, when you go to check that out, where would you have put the gemstone after you received the one you just got?
Probably just like in a pocket.
Okay.
Or like in like my just general bag. Like I wouldn't have tried to put it in the necklace because I would have had to go in there, and I don't have the bag of holding because I am afraid to have the bag of holding. So I would have just put it
Okay.
like somewhere on my person.
Okay. So you reach to the pocket that you would have put it in, and with the intent, you're like looking at the sword and like reach in and wait a minute, there's nothing there.
Check the pocket for a hole.
Investigation check.
I'm gonna use another use of a plus D4. This is my 4th of these, I believe. 14.
Okay. You're very confident there is no hole in this pocket. And then you check another pocket, maybe another one. There is no gemstone.
Hey, Cal and Gert, do you guys have your gemstones on you? Because mine is not. My ambery thing is no longer on me. I don't think I dropped it.
Yeah, I'll check.
Yeah, I checked for the gemstone.
So for each of you, wherever you would have put it after you received it, it is not there.
No stone.
Okay, well, clearly we're not meant to collect them.
Yeah, sounds like they're like just consumable keys essentially.
I don't want to eat a key. That's gross.
Did you
guys
pause
were
to do
eating-
this, or did you guys say that you were moving in a direction while sort of this?
Do we want to move in a direction while we do this? I don't think we've made a decision. We're not booked
Okay.
on that.
I just wanted to make sure I got it straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just looking. So did we decide to go this way, or are we all splitting up?
I think we try going in the northeast direction so we can stay together as long as possible, and then if it doesn't bring us anywhere, then we do the split off 1-1.
I think that's a smart. Try this one next. If that doesn't work, split up.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Ping it for me one more time. Which one is it? Is
This
it that
one.
you're doing?
This
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Splitting
no.
the difference between the two arrows.
Okay. There it is. Okay. You walk through this pathway, and after a while, you actually see that the canopy above you dissipates. Like it thins out for a while, and then there's nothing there, as if the overgrowth it's essentially halted at this point. And the sky above it's a stark contrast from what you saw when you came into the rift. When you came into the rift, it was this black and red, everything is like blood light around you, kind of gloomy look, with the gray and black clouds above you and just like the blood red sky. Here it's beautiful. It's like the gentlest summer day that you've ever experienced. Get to a point where the pathway in front of you opens up, and you end up back in the sundial room, but it's different. You now have
Progress.
you have one Gnomon shadow pointing to the north. If I can get this right. Here we go. One pointing to the southeast, and one pointing to the southwest. Those should be visible to you now.
Yes. What direction did we come in from?
You came in from the northeast, the very same one that you went into. However, along with the shadows being different, you see two kind of familiar in a way looking like throne-like chairs on either side of the sundial. And you sort of walk in from behind them, and you notice at least the one that is closest to you when you first walk in, an arm just kind of drooped over the, what is this called?
The
arms.
the side of the
Armrest?
armrest, I guess,
Yeah.
of one side.
And is it just the arm?
As you walk in, you see that there's a person there, but yeah, at first you just saw the like arm and hand from the side.
Because
Is
I
there
was
a
like
weird
thinking, was
hand
it the
attached
same
to that arm?
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna leave it.
So Whirl, first of all, it's really off-putting, I guess, maybe disconcerting that all of a sudden the sundial room has two throne chairs with people sitting in them,
Sure.
but there is no mistaking that hand. You've seen it.
Yep.
Fuck.
Are we making noise when we come in? Like just generally walking noise? Are we chatting? Are we doing this super cautiously? Like how in general are we walking in? I want to know whether or not I think we're going to startle them.
Since it hasn't been stated before and the conditions have changed, so I don't want to have anybody accidentally metagame here.
Sure.
I'm gonna say that you really haven't been talking much. So you're not stealthy, but you've been relatively quiet, just kind of walking along.
I think then if we've been just generally relatively quiet, once I see that hand, I'd be like full hand motions, not saying anything, like
I can just quietly walk over.
Walk over where?
Next to Whirl.
Oh, okay.
Is the person who's sitting in a chair either Bigby or Elminster as we've seen them?
have we gotten to their faces yet?
When they started slinging spells at us with
So-
the arm and eye?
Yeah, so if you're asking that, then I'm assuming in character you've gone far enough to look at them directly, huh?
Yep, that's what I'm
Okay.
like trying to get a good shot on their face.
Perception check. Or history, actually. I'm gonna let you choose between those two for reasons.
Ooh, okay. I will go perception, and I'm going to add guidance on top of it as well, because my rolls have not been it today.
Okay.
Ooh, 15 without the D4. 18.
Okay, so is Taryn going alone is my first question. This is not a leading question. I'm just trying to set the stage.
I'm not walking up there. I was doing big hand and quiet silent motions. for a very
Sam's like,
specific reason.
fuck that.
I'm not opening that door.
Ash, what about you? Or is?
I mean, and sure, you want to hang out? You want a buddy? You want a buddy?
Sure. Just fully not acknowledging the silent hand sign.
Okay.
Checks out.
So a couple different things to notice. Cal, you the sword, how is the sword like sheathed for you? Do you have it like on your back? Is it on like a side holster? What do you have?
Yeah, I imagine I've got some. I've organized my weapons in such a way that I've got them on my back in various easy to access manner. So it'll be strapped up on my back.
Okay. When you take a step into this room, Cal, you would notice that like it was subtle. It's not like it just dropped on you, but there's like more weight on your back, and you can definitely tell it's the sword itself. And like noticing that as well, you can feel it humming. You can feel it humming. That's what I'm gonna go with. It's not, vibrating like a massage gun or anything like that, but more like if you can imagine what the vibrations from a tuning fork would feel like. It's very much
Yep.
like that.
Okay.
It's changed. Iz and Taryn, you're kind of like looking over, like leaning with your head, but walking over to check out what's going on here. And Iz, actually, I need you to make a perception check as well, please.
Perception, you got it, my buddy. Perception. How's an 8 for you?
Okay. Yeah, you recognize the hand, and it's like, oh shit, that's definitely the mummified hand that was attached to Elminster just before your encounter
Gross.
with them. Everything else about this is off to you, but Taryn, you do notice the robes on one. Actually, on both the robes on both of them, as well as the incredibly ornate and finely crafted broadsword on Elminster. There's no mistaking, this is definitely Big B and Elminster. But the bodies of the two individuals in front of you are shriveled and rotted. And they're just sitting in these chairs, like poorly mummified, incredibly old versions of these people. And the two of them look at you, and Elminster, the one you would recognize as Elminster, says, progress. You've made progress.
How long have you guys been down here?
When you ask that, both of their heads like snap toward each other with this almost comical, like they're looking at each other. Their eye sockets are completely empty.
Gross.
Like literally everything has rotted away except the little bit of flesh that's left, and it's just shriveled to the bone. So you see these two like skeleton things look at each other, and they just lean their heads back and how long? I couldn't tell you.
What'd you guys come down here for?
The answers to all of our endeavors. Time.
Interesting. Hey guys, do you have any questions or like thoughts? This is crazy.
I don't know, this is real creepy.
Do you two remember us at all? Like, have you seen any of us before?
Yes. And this weird skeletal hand is pointing right, the bony finger right at you, Taryn. I've killed you several dozen times.
Like, in this timeline or in general? Because I feel like that could go either way.
Fine.
Oh,
Poor thing.
they understand the timelines. How interesting. The answer to your question is yes.
Great.
Hold on. So why are you just sitting here now?
We lost.
How so?
We could not solve the puzzle.
Challenging
So-
stuff.
He crafted these chairs and decided to sit.
You want to give us any hints?
Hints at what?
Getting out of the. What things did you guys do wrong and trapped you in here?
If I could tell you the answer to that question, I would not be here. Lost. Sitting. And as this one is talking to you, the other one is just kind of sitting there, watching with his empty eye sockets. just sitting there, leaning back, looking right at you guys.
Does this guy talk, or is he like the teller of the situation?
Well,
Yeah.
that depends on his mood. What mood do we have today, Bigby? And the other one's just gonna kind of shift its head over at the one you know is Elminster, and then look toward you and just relax. Sit back, flop his arms on the armrests, and just watch.
Ah, so you're still on the clock, no autographs. Cool. Do we need anything from these guys, or can we just leave? Is this to everybody else? Because I have a feeling that if we go down this like path between them that is on the opposite side of this arrow, because it's the place where an arrow is not pointing, maybe we go that way and we can get the fuck out of here.
I do have one more question. How do you know that you're trapped?
I tried many different directions. I encountered many different lovely creatures and people. But I always ended up back here. Time and time again. I decided that this instance of me is not the one to win. So I decided to stop.
That is a horrible case of nihilism, my friend.
Why did you say I and not we?
Ah. Because he came along later on, after I had already decided to stop.
Bigby, why did you come down here?
Taryn, the
Was it for
moment
the
you
same
say Bigby, roll initiative. No, I'm kidding.
I shit myself.
The moment you say Bigby, everybody that's looking at Bigby would see him sort of turn his gaze toward you, and a slight breeze passes through this area, and as if it like you know, like the Thanos snap where the people like turn to sand.
Yeah.
Imagine that in reverse. Like sand appeared and then formed one eyeball on Bigby, and you definitely recognize it as the one that you would have put there after mutilating himself, if you catch my drift.
Close.
And it's got it like weirdly forms like these grotesque eyelids around it as well, and it just blinks once toward you, Taryn. And I apologize, I forgot your question.
I said, why did you come down here? To see if he gave a different answer than what Elminster gave when
Gotcha.
he said we.
Okay. He's gonna kind of lean back with this weird gaze in the one eye you can see. It was my calling. I'm meant to be here. This instance of me
How'd you?
also lost.
What do you guys think is winning?
It has already happened and will happen again. Your paltry god will not be able to have any more influence on us succeeding in another instance.
But again, that didn't answer the question. What do you consider winning?
Ah, a smart one. I like him.
Still not
We
in.
like him too. Don't hurt him, please.
At that point, Bigby will stop talking and Elminster will chime in again. Yes. Tricky, tricky, tricky. He understands the assignment. At least to a degree. We win because the gateway has been opened. A path from the abyss to the material plane is already here. You are within it. Accidentally releasing Tharizdun, though,
Oh,
that was not part of the plan.
Oh no.
But we still win. History check, everyone.
fuck snacks.
I'm gonna use an advantage.
19. Oh. Oh,
We
but
can get it. Best is a 7. Let's.
the dice
Fucking
giveth, the dice
Good
taketh away.
gracious.
Yeah.
Hugo is.
Oh boy.
Good job.
Good
Hail.
gracious.
Why?
Ooh, this will be fun. Okay.
Hal has been picking his nose and investigating what comes out during this whole thing.
Oh,
I mean,
Christ.
hey, you're a dragon. There's probably some whack shit up there.
Mhm.
Okay, so Tharizdun is an ancient name. As far back as ancient can go.
Mhm.
You know it from maybe some of your studies growing up, some like legends that people would tell about elemental magic and where did it come from and what is the weave. Like, yeah, at the time you would have heard it was like way over your head. But there was a sort of godlike creature involved in that conversation that was basically, we don't really understand it, but this is elemental magic incarnate. World. When you hear the name Tharizdun, something in your head just like snaps and you have this moment like you completely lose your breath and you get a flash why I can't see it. I'm looking at the wrong thing. You get a flash of an image.
I'm so scared.
Oh no.
Shit,
So bad.
fuck. Holy
It's so
fucking
bad.
shit, fuck.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, same face that you should be making, Sam.
Imagine that person in this image is you. That's what you see for a moment, and then it completely dissipates.
I'm sorry. Did you say Thursdune, sir?
I think
That's
for a brief
fucked.
second, Whirlwind stops and then kicks back up again. Like the full shock is just like, huh? And then like it kicks back.
Why, yes, I did.
Did you accidentally? Did you guys do like fucking no planning? Do you know how fucking scary that thing is?
Why, yes. I met him myself.
Is that the where the whole hand and eye thing came from?
Holy shit.
No. A rather different endeavor across other dimensions.
So, this asshole was released somehow? We didn't do that, did we? Did you do that with your bullshit? And that's what we're having to pay for? Did we do that? Oh god.
You had a potent encounter with the one called Jan Sieben, did you not?
Sure did.
He succeeded in opening the gateway. He was rather proud of it. That
Yep,
gateway
other side.
may or may not have unchained the chained oblivion.
That's not good. That's real bad. That's nope. It's bad. Okay.
I'm gonna keep
So
this
he-
image on the screen just because it's so fucking cool.
It's so cool.
It's fucking spooky as hell.
Yeah.
So Astaroth wants Tharizdun to be released.
Astaroth only wants his own place, his own space, his own plane to exist forever. The side effects of creating such a thing are slightly catastrophic.
Is anyone? You guys aren't working with this with the chained? You're not working with him. He just like whoopsie daisy is out now.
In not so few words, yes.
I thought you were.
What-
Aren't you a wizard? Aren't you supposed to be like fucking studying things and not just like dicking around with magic?
Do you have any idea what study entails when it comes to magic?
I don't know. Did no one write it down in a book and be like, BT dubs don't do this?
They tend to put the warnings after the spells.
So read through all the material first. Fuck.
Sounds like you didn't do your proper research.
You may taunt me all you want, but I already understand that this instance of me has lost. That does not mean that I have lost.
That'll be fine. What happens when Tharizdun is released? Is he just like the typical demon situation where
I mean, his
You know,
nickname
material.
is Oblivion. I'm sure good things don't come out of that guy.
right? Which kind of leads into my next question of, you know, what happens when Tharizdun runs out of the material plane to destroy? When he go looking for, I don't know, maybe other ones outside of this one, perhaps Azeroth's plane?
Ah, yes. Well, if my understanding of this timeline is correct, you've already seen some of the side effects. Some demons rushing out, running amok. perhaps even Orcus himself, Tharizdun is still fairly limited in what it can and cannot do. Such is the nature of chaos, though. I could not tell you for sure.
So what I'm hearing is we need to get out of this fucking desert. And by desert, I mean fucking. God, my brain is not even working right now because I'm too focused on what Tharizdun looks like.
That's such a
we need to
cool
get out
fucking
of this
picture.
maze. It's so terrifying. Hate, full hate. We need to get out of here so that we can continue doing literally anything else. Do we try it forward and just hope that we don't land back here and continue to get taunted by these two dipsticks?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
North or south? North has an arrow, but south is the absence of an arrow. And also between two arrows, which was how we got out of the last one.
Then let's do south.
South?
South.
Great.
All right. What's everybody's passive perception?
Big. 20.
20?
13.
Yeah.
It's 20 now?
It's been 20. My
Oh, I thought
insight
it
is 21.
Oh, I thought it was 19. Oh, right. That it changed recently. Mine's 14.
15.
You
15.
don't need to worry about mine. It's-
Okay. Cal and Taryn, as you guys all sort of just decide you're done with this and turn away to walk down a path,
Flipping these guys off as I go. Right at them.
the two of you will see the one you understand to be Big B. A little bit more of like the flesh on his body sort of fills out. The farther you get, like taking more steps away from him, it looks more and more like a person with each step you take, instead of this like this mummy shriveled mess. And one more glance back as you take the step that you would lose sight because of the curve of the path you're taking. You see Big B just sort of like look down, and he actually looks like the way you last saw him when you were fighting him. And he's got a look of deep sorrow and regret. And you pass through the path, coming back to the sundial room, which has now changed.
Yeah!
Let's fucking go!
Progress.
You now have 4 shadows.
Hell yeah.
Oh no. That's so many.
Northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. In character, you would understand you have made progress.
Yeah.
So these 4 shadows are pointing, but they're kind of like quivering at the same time, like shaking in place.
How's the sword doing?
Yeah, Taryn, you take a look at the sword, and you can definitely see that it's glowing pretty bright now. And Cal, you can feel, again, it's not like it just dropped on you, but it's been sort of a subtle increase in weight as you've been walking along the path. And when you got into this room, it's like, holy cow, even for you, this would be very difficult to wield. It's so heavy.
Hey, Cal, if you walk around the circle like towards the directions, is that sword doing anything to like put it in a spot? Because it keeps getting brighter back here. Assuming I'm just following him.
Yeah, I'll walk around the sundial real quick.
Okay. You walk around the sundial, and after getting about halfway, all of you are going to feel a familiar sort of breeze pass through, and you will see materialize in front of you several dwarves. Some of you have seen dwarves before. Actually, you haven't seen any dwarves in this campaign, but you know,
Yeah,
maybe
we
in. Have you?
The brothers.
Oh, that's right. The history buffs that were helping figure out this whole thing. Okay, yeah. So you see several dwarves, about 4 or 5, just sort of like materialize, like in the action of crafting the sundial in the middle of the room. And there's something kind of unique about them. Everybody make a perception check, please.
Whoa.
Finally doing something today, Jesus.
Okay. Gert, Taryn, and Whirl, you would notice that the like the clothing that these dwarves are wearing it's much more like ornate, decorated, like fine clothing, as if to indicate that they're like of a very high status. And you'd understand in this world that like being skilled craftsmen of any kind is definitely a way to achieve such a status of like being rich and having certain clothing that would indicate that I am rich, I am wealthy, as well as I'm skilled in my trade. That's what these dwarves have. There's also actually all of you would understand this. There's like a moment you all get of, holy cow, all of the haunted keeps and the ruins that you had gone through were of dwarven craft. And the way that you see for a few moments that this sundial is being put together is very much in line with all of the stoneworking that you saw in those places. And then after a few moments, all of it dissipates.
Did their clothes like resemble anything that we saw on like statues while we were in like the ruins of Bezelmer or anywhere similar to that?
Yes. You would understand them to be like the very same as what was depicted on statues in that place and other similar places. But in this instance, you like saw it in color instead of just carved in stone, and there was a disproportionate amount of gold included in all the fabric of their clothing.
I think I'm currently. So either me or someone has the lost crown of Bezelmer.
I
You have
am
it.
wearing.
You're wearing it. Someone's
I'm wearing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Is that reacting at all to being in this area?
Ooh, good question. It is not.
Okay. Cool.
What
It feels
direction
like
did
we're
we-
going. Sorry.
I wanted to know which direction we came in from.
You came in from the south, the same one that you went out in. Yeah.
And then other silly question, when we got the breeze that materialized the dwarfs, was there a direction that the breeze was generally going in?
It was a swirl all around all of you in all directions.
It feels like we're going back in time every time we come here.
Sure.
Which makes sense as to why our first time we went up, then we went northwest, then we went down. It's like we're skipping in time. But that's clockwise, as opposed to everything else we've seen, which is counterclockwise.
I mean, so first we went north, then we went northeast, then we went south. Then my brain says next we go west
West.
because we've already done this one. Boop. We've already done this one. Boop. So far we're only going between things, and we've already done this one, so we can't go this between. And if we are following that pattern counter or clockwise, then this one would be next.
As you're discussing, all of the shadows start to turn counterclockwise until they point in the opposite 4 directions that they're on the map right now. And then they keep kind of going, and they're picking up speed as more time passes.
Okay.
Okay. I think we need to make a call, because the longer we're staying here, it's not gonna get any easier. Or we have to follow that junction.
So, west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try west.
Great. Trying west. I'm just gonna see if this works and just yell stop, and see if any of the if it stops spinning.
It does not.
No, it's worth a shot.
Okay.
Hey, chaos magic man.
Please stop.
Nothing happens.
Damn it. Okay.
All right. West, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Joe,
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
could you roll me a D8, please?
Two.
I could pull up the right window. That'd be super helpful. Okay. You all walk through the pathway. And this one swings back to the other end of the spectrum of actually taking quite a while. About 5-6 minutes, which when you're just walking along it's gonna feel like a really long time. But you end up, I'm gonna shift your tokens here. You end up coming to a pass that is a very narrow hallway. There's a small pool in the center of the room of water, and the north and south are littered with plants. You can see a pathway leading out at the other end.
Do we see any of the gems?
Um. You do. Sorry, one second. Gotta read this, make sure I have it straight. Okay, yeah. So on both sides, there's very large, bright flowers growing on both sides of the fountain. So that all the swirly green space you see on the map, whole bunch of bright, big flowers. And at the center of each of them is a purple gem. There are about a dozen in total.
I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it at one of the flowers.
I also had the thought to throw something out.
I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, oh, these. At first, looking at the thing, I was like, oh, those are hella vines that are gonna snatch us. So I want to know what if flowers are gonna do something if we do something to them. I have just like that's what my body says. So pick up a rock and huck it at a flower.
Okay. You hit the head of the flower with it, and it sort of, slumps and then bounces back a little bit. The doesn't really seem to do anything else. It's like the natural reaction of what the structure of the flower would would do from being hit by a rock.
So like, what type of flowers are these?
That is a surprising question.
Like, are they poisonous? Are they gonna lick us? Like, is there anything like? Hey, Chaos Magic Man, is there like anything indicative of like what the flowers look like that might inform what they are?
Survival check.
Hoping for a nature check. I'm just constantly trying to use nature because I have expertise in it. 15.
Pretty solid though.
So you understand this type of flower. I really wish I was more well versed in plants right now.
Flowers are hard. It's cool.
Yeah.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one.
This is the type of flower that you understand is not poisonous. I couldn't say if you've necessarily seen this flower before, but not poisonous, and actually would be in for people who cared about and like put effort and time into gardens. This would be the type of flower that is used often. It's humongous, it's beautiful, it smells very sweet. Again, not poisonous. It's like an aesthetically pleasing flower.
Sure.
It's a hibiscus.
I'm thinking like hydrangea or like hydrangea's probably used to smell before we bred it out of them.
Well, I'm thinking hibiscus because they're nice and big, but they have like their individual flowers so that they can hold.
Or like something
a
lily
thing in
where
it.
it's also like a giant with like the like stamens.
And the lilies are very potent.
Yeah.
You were correct.
Maybe we have to water them and they'll drop the gems. That's all I got right now, as opposed to like just outright attacking it.
I mean, does anyone else want to try and pluck a gem out? Like it seems like a bad call, but I also feel like that would just give us a gem, and it would tell us if something happens.
I kind of want to try.
All right.
Like, I literally just want to walk up and
Yeah.
screw it. You know what?
Yeah, do that.
Go
Good
for it.
luck, I guess. You're gonna get a bardic inspiration because I'm afraid.
Cool.
You can do it. I'm gonna give you a guidance.
Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna walk up to the closest one and just reach out and try and grab that little buddy.
Okay.
That's never a good response.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, you pluck one of the gems.
Cool.
You now have a gem, and all of you feel a breeze pass through. This is a familiar sensation. Pass through from one side to the other of this room. And just as you sort of retract your hand and start to look away, as you feel
Oh, no.
something grab it,
Yeah.
and
He's got two thumbs and called it right here.
several tentacles come at Iz directly after the one grabs you. We need to roll initiative.
Ah.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll initiative and then I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Take.
Oh,
Hey.
thanks, game.
Oh, shit, of course
Appreciate
I'm
the
gonna go
high
first.
roll.
My bad. BR.
Cool.
I'm
In the middle.
going. Hello.
Oh no!
Because I rolled a fucking 23 and then I will go to the restroom.
That's it. I'm blowing it up.
So I'd be at this thing, right? Right next to it. Right here.
Thing
Did I miss it? Where did it go? Crap.
Probably,
Oh,
yeah.
those are too many.
All right. What's my biggest bomb that I can just?
Nope, not that. Hello? There we go.
Great.
We haven't done a fight in a minute.
Nope.
Haven't. Because we've been smart.
Yeah.
But is turned to Gert Chaos and touched the thing.
Yup. I touched the butt.
I touched the butt.
I have a big stupid idea, as is my usual amount of ideas.
Okay, where did we land? I need your initiative number and your modifier, please.
Oh
Cal.
shoot. I have to roll for Claudius too.
19 plus 2.
Of course.
Whirl.
23 initiatives plus 5.
Where did we end up? Claudius?
Claudius is 19. But Cal should go before him.
Gert, what was yours?
Gert is 15. And what else am I supposed to tell you?
Modifier was 2.
2. Yeah.
Okay. Is a 10. 2. Taryn
Is 18 and 0.
Got it. Okay. The plants are alive. Whirl, what do you want to do?
God damn it. I think it's a big one, but I think it would get us out of here very quickly. Wait. Whirl is going to whip out her zither, her Olam zither. She's going to cast Firestorm
Nice.
Jesus.
in a way that will catch 5 of these on fire. Not, it will, like, I mathed out, it can get all of them except for the one that is touching, which I kind of actually like, because that way I don't want it to light on fire, and then for it to subsequently light is on fire as well.
Okay.
So all 5 of them need to make a wisdom save, and I need to roll a fuck ton of damage.
Hell yeah. What is this? I click the runes. Okay, nothing.
21 is the number to beat, which they can't.
Jesus. Hard no.
Spells. Level 7, right? You're way too high. Firestorm! They're all going to take 49 fire damage.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Damn.
They so
Smokey the
loud
Bear.
today.
Yup.
Furious.
Sheesh. 49.
Yeah. And
Okay,
there's
math
like,
is hard.
That is
but those were all high numbers, man. There was 1 1. The rest of them were
Yeah.
like above 7.
Yeah.
That was a solid roll. And then she's going to, just in case, run to like here, just to get out of the way of everybody else, and also a general movement.
Okay.
Yeah. Are these spaces full, or can we run through them? Other than obviously like there being plants there.
The green areas are going to be difficult terrain.
Great. Then I will, and I probably can't go over the pool.
You can like scoot around it, yeah.
I'll scoot next to the pool to like this spot up next to pool.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right. Cal.
I will be right back.
I am going to step up here and I'm not going to do that right now. I am just going to attack it a couple times.
That one right here?
This one, yeah.
Okay.
With the great axe. So, a 28.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. That'll hit.
Nice.
All right. 12 slashing
Okay.
and 24.
Yep.
And another 12 slashing. So 24 total slashing damage. These are plants, and that's also only while I'm doing that, so I can't do that. Anyway, okay, I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Claudius. What would we like to have Claudius do?
Claudius is gonna come pick me up.
What a buddy.
No, what a good
Love
boy.
him.
What a good boy. So he's gonna come pick me up. And take me. Let's see. His flying is 60. So we're gonna get. Yeah, we're gonna get here. Whoop, that's not it. We're gonna get here. And while we're here, let's beat up this guy a little bit. So let's do a beak and a claw.
At which one? Sorry?
A multi-attack. He can make 2 attacks, one with a beak and one with a claw.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Which plant?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that guy. This guy up north.
I am. Oh. Okay. There we are. Okay.
So gotta get a beak. He's gonna get a claw. 18 hit.
Yes.
That's 5 piercing damage, and if a 16 hits,
Yep.
that's 14 slashing damage. Pow, pow.
Okay. Got it.
Incredible.
Oh, and I should put myself on Claudius. Oop. Okay, that's Claudius.
Okay, Taryn's up, and then Gert.
Cool. I'm going to start moving my way over here. I'll use my bonus action to bring out my shield. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my regular action to cast Sacred Flame at the guy that's holding his. So it needs to make a dex save.
Okay, dex save.
Yep.
18.
Ooh, that just fails. So that's gonna be a 4d8 radiant damage.
Ow!
So that's 14 plus 8 for Blessed Strikes, and that's
Damn. Yeah,
total two. That's a
which
total
one-
of 22 radiant damage. And
which
I'm
one
like
was this?
focusing that spot of. This is the one that's holding is, and I was like focusing where that flame comes out at like the vines that are holding is.
Nice. Yeah, the vines let go. Got it. Okay, anything else?
I think I am going to maybe just move up to here, but that'll be everything for
Okay.
this turn.
Gert with is not far behind.
You know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try Word of Radiance on. Am I close enough to this guy? Gotta be 5 feet. Yeah, I'm close enough. I'll do Word of Radiance on this guy.
Okay. Constitution. Okay.
Yes.
25.
Jesus. All right. Well, that did nothing.
That's not a half damage on save
No,
situation?
because it's a cantrip.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
That was my 50-50. It was Word of Radiance here.
Yeah.
Right. And for a bonus
Sacred Flame.
action, let's shoot, do I have? Yeah, nope. That's my time, folks. There we go.
Okay. These plants are gonna start to lash out. Three. Okay, Gert.
Yep.
You are going to. Yep, yeah, there it is. 19 to hit you as one tentacle reaches out.
Yep.
Slap.
Does that hit? Okay.
Yep.
You're going to receive 10 bludgeoning damage, 1 piercing damage as it grabs you,
Ooh.
and you are grappled. Grappled and restrained. I didn't realize that was 2 different things.
Okay. I am on Claudius.
Uh-huh.
So how does that work?
It
Is
reached
he-
out and grabbed you.
And it pulled me off of Claudius?
It hasn't pulled you yet,
Okay.
Oh no.
but it's like it's wrapped around
So
your
I'm
body and
grappled
arms.
and restrained on top of Claudius.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like imagine the moment that like the tentacles or vines, I guess, they're like wrapped around your hands and your body, and
Sure.
you can feel that it's trying to pull you, but we like freeze framed at the moment before it actually pulled you off. You're still sitting on
Sure.
top of Claudius right now.
Okay.
Whirl, Terran is same attack to all of you. Whirl first, 24.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Rolling things. 4 bludgeoning damage, 5 piercing damage, and you are grappled and restrained.
Great.
Next is Taryn.
Cool.
There, 25 to hit.
Yep, that's gonna hit.
Dang, these are,
Those
Nailing
are
it.
good rolls.
yep. 7 bludgeoning damage, 1 piercing damage. You are grappled and restrained. Next
Damage.
is same attack, 8 to hit.
Yeah, it does not hit.
Nothing happens.
Sick.
Okay, we are off to Iz.
Cool. Okay.
This is a reminder that you have a bless still, I believe, from Terran and also a Bardic Inspiration.
It was a guidance.
Guidance, that's what I meant.
So let me see how long that lasts real quick. Guidance lasts for what's the duration? Up to a minute. So yep, you are good.
Okay. Cool. Spooky bastards. I'm just gonna move up here real fast. But instead I'm gonna be targeting the guy kind of in the top middle here and kind of shoot out a bolt of electricity at it, effectively attempting to cast a witch bolt at it.
Nice.
Let's see if this hits. Please God, 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Cool. All right. Here's the damage. This 32 points of
Nice.
lightning damage.
Jeez, which one was
God damn.
Witch bolt.
Wow.
this? Sorry,
now I
which
get to-
which plant?
Oh, the top middle one. This guy.
Okay.
So now I'm concentrating, and there's now this crackling beam of energy between us.
Okay. It is noteworthy that all of the plants except the one directly next to Iz and Cal, they have like rips in their leaves and shit's falling off of them. They're officially bloodied. The one that Iz just hit is in very bad shape. Anything else? Anything else?
I think that's all I'm gonna do. That's it.
Okay. Back up to Whirl. Does the firestorm persist, or is that a
It's
hit and
just a
done?
one. It's just a one and done, but it
Okay.
is fire damage. I don't know if
Yeah.
that is more or worse to plants, but if it is, I was hoping it was.
Oddly
I was like-
enough, over the table, it did not.
Weird. It's worth a shot. It
Yeah.
still did a fuckload of damage to a bunch of things, so I'm okay
Yup.
about it. It's a level spell, and I don't want to use you. I at the one holding me, which I assume is this guy, I'm just gonna like shoot my hand at it and just go and fire a chaos bolt at second level.
Okay.
Like I hope it hits.
That'll
20.
hit. Yep.
Great. Is it backslash roll? Because this is the one where I have to do the like it rolls 2 different types of dice and it never figures it out for me.
Oh yeah, it's a backslash roll and then all of your
2d8
things.
plus 2d 2d6 or 3d6.
You said it second level.
Oh, it starts second level, so 1d6. 1d6. hold. Great. It does 13 damage. 5 was the first one, so it does 13 lightning damage. Plus, because I did a leveled spell, or did an attack spell, it's adding 6 cold damage for my genie shield.
Okay.
So 13 lightning, 5 cold to this guy here.
Got it.
And I'm assuming that breaking a grapple / restrainment is an action.
Yes.
Great. Then I'm just gonna stay restrained for now because I used an action.
Okay.
And that
Cal.
is my turn.
Keep chopping. I don't have any cool magic things or anything like that.
Hacking away.
I'm just gonna do some weeding.
It's a lumberjack cat.
13?
With 13 does not connect.
About 19.
19 does.
Okay. 14 slashing damage.
Nice.
Yep. Still can't really do anything.
Hack / whack.
Yep.
It's working.
Just chop some salad.
All right, Claudius.
Real quick, I did my math wrong. I was supposed to roll an additional d6, so it gets another 1 lightning damage.
Okay.
Glad I checked that, King. All right, your turn.
Claudius.
So Claudius is going to do beak attack. Well, I guess he's gonna do another multi attack on the tentacles that are attached to me.
Okay.
So. Oh, well, that was silly. Okay. There's that.
There it is.
And there's that. 23?
Yeah, the beak will hit. The claws
Okay.
will not.
Okay, so 7 piercing damage. Does that, is that enough to, like, break the
Yes.
vines that are on me?
Yes.
Great. At which point, Claudius will take his move and get us the F out and move us to the doorway.
Okay. Gonna take 2 attacks of opportunity there at Claudius.
Oh no.
15 to hit him
Yes.
and an 11.
That is his thing. Yes.
11 is
11
his AC?
is
Okay.
his AC.
All
Yeah,
right,
they both
so
hit.
these are going to be 10 piercing damage from one and 15 from the other.
Claudius is down.
Oh no!
Wait. Just
Wait.
so we know, how many hit points does Claudius have on a normal good day?
19.
Great.
Okay.
Because there could have been like dead forever dead amounts of points
No.
there. That's why that is an important
True.
number.
Yeah.
True.
No.
Yep. All right, so Claudius goes tumbling on the ground, and Gert, I'll need you to make a dex save to see if you can kind of catch yourself from the fall here.
Because you're restrained, I think you make that a disadvantage.
It's a
Yes.
disadvantage.
Well, am I still restrained because he?
Oh, no, you broke free.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he broke
Yeah.
you free.
So.
Gesundheit.
So sorry. Do I still need to? You said I need to roll what for my?
Dex save, just not at disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay, I thought I wasn't muted.
16.
Okay, so Claudius takes a couple of bites and goes thud on the ground and kind of rolls a little bit. You are able to catch yourself and land on your own 2 feet and sort of not get knocked over by him. But he's unconscious now. So, anything else? Yeah, well, okay, he's unconscious, so he can't do anything else. That'll bring us to Terran.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and use Sacred Flame on the one that's holding me. So that's gonna be another dex save from him.
Okay.
And
Oops.
then
18.
so close, but that still fails. So that'll be a total of 18 radiant damage. And I'm like grabbing onto the vines to try and start getting them to melt away. And then for my bonus action, I'll go ahead and throw out a spiritual weapon at, let's do 4th level. Yeah, I'll do a 4th level spiritual weapon. And I'll put it right in the center, or as close to the center as I can get.
You should be able to control that. So the red dot one is, yeah, there you go.
Yep. Cool. So yep, I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack with that.
Okay.
Cool. 22 to hit.
Yep.
All right, and then that'll be an additional 2d8 plus 5, 9 force damage.
All right. This plant essentially gets the like a mouthy sort of flowering head basically chopped off, and it is dead.
Woo! Cool. So is Whirl still grappled? In between?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I think I was grappled by the one that's closest to me, not the one that's closest to you.
Yes.
Okay. So then in that case, I'm going to move and I'm going to do a thing where I'm going to try and like jump in to the vines to make them more taut and easier to break.
Ooh, okay. All right. Anything else?
I think I can move this guy, so I'll just move him over one little spot and that'll be it.
Okay, Gert.
Whoa. So I'm gonna go after this bad boy again. Say, fuck off, buddy. And this time. Hold on, let me make sure that this is not a dumb idea. You know what? I'm gonna try this one. See, this also might be a dumb idea, but I think it would be funny. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try Toll the Dead.
All right.
Yeah.
Cause you know, so 19 wisdom save.
Wisdom save. 1.
Great.
Nice.
Which one was it
That's,
again?
This guy.
Okay.
That's a 31 damage, friend.
All right. You hear a bell toll, and this plant just completely wilts over in an
Nice.
instant.
So
Nailed it.
shake off the vines.
All right.
And then, as my bonus action, I'm gonna say, "Hey, buddy, I sure do love you." And I'm gonna cast 3rd level healing word on
Nice.
on Claudius, and
Aw.
he's fine again.
Okay.
Because that's 19 points of healing, and he's back up to full health.
All
Or I
right.
guess 20, but Claudius.
This is a reminder to heal yourself when you heal other things.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. At the basically right after the moment that the second plant wilts over and dies from being told,
From being dead.
the other plants retract and are now sitting back in their sort of neutral, seemingly harmless positions. We are out of initiative.
Oh yeah?
Do I still
Guys.
have the gem?
You do still have the gem.
Cool.
Let's fucking run.
Well, let's exit this place.
Do we leave this here? Do I take it with me?
I think we
One.
need to take it with us to leave.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's the whole key thing.
Okay. Then I shall take it and get the fuck out.
All right. Make
All right.
the leaving in this direction.
Peace.
Yes, go ahead. Indeed. Fuck you, plant. Get out of here. You suck. You're the worst.
Fucking plants.
Fucking plant.
All right, I'm gonna move your tokens. So give me a second here.
Bring everybody together.
Bringing the band back together.
Wee!
Okay.
Woo!
All right. Passing through the pathway, we end up. Was that Carla?
Yes. I do not understand what's happening right now.
She clearly knows the answer to this riddle and is like, "You guys are fucking idiots."
No, you know what it is? There's a bunny patch in our backyard and she found
Oh.
it and she wants to see it. And so she
Gotcha.
knows that if she pretends like she has to go to the bathroom,
Ah,
gets to go
yeah.
in the backyard. And if she looks at us and says desperately, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. Oh, Mom, I really gotta go now, though.
That's so
Not
funny.
Trixie at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So we end up after a few minutes of walking, we're back in the sundial room, and you can see the four shadows from the gnomon spinning wildly in the counterclockwise direction. And after a few seconds, they actually retract as they're spinning toward the center and eventually completely disappear as if they got like sucked into the sundial itself with like a gentle pop as at the moment that they disappear.
Hmm.
Do we go into the sundial?
Oops. Wrong
Let's
thing.
touch the sundial.
I mean, yeah. Someone touch the sundial.
I'll touch the sundial.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, you can totally do it. No, it's your thing actually. Never mind, I don't actually.
Sorry, I got distracted telling my dog to go lay down, but yeah, I'll go touch sundial.
Okay. Gert, when you do that, you all feel a gentle breeze pass through, which is a familiar sensation. And all of you sort of blink at the same moment. Seeing before you the same room with the sundial in the middle, but now there are shadows from the gnomon pointing every possible direction.
Progress.
Hey.
Oh. It's in every possible direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, okay.
Sorry, I should specify pointing down every possible path.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I touched the sundial again.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
What if we all touch the sundial this time?
Yeah, well, let's all hold the sundial.
Okay. As each of you touches the sundial, nothing really seems to happen.
earth, wind, water.
Hey Cal, how's the sword looking?
Heart.
Yeah.
Captain Planet.
Heat zero. Gonna take pollution to zero. No. Okay.
No, I do. I just didn't feel like singing.
I
it.
follow.
But yeah, how's that sword doing, Cal?
Yeah, how's the sword doing?
You you're feeling like almost weighed down at this point, Cal. Yeah.
It's not great, but I'm sustaining.
What do you mean it's not great? It's just it's it's glowing really bright. Is it like doing something else that we don't know about?
It is weighing heavier.
Do you want to take it off and put it on the sundial?
I am hesitant, but if you think it might help,
It won't not help.
we
As far as we know.
do not know that. But
Would you be able to
Uh,
pick it back up and re-sling it if you put it down?
that's what I'm starting to become worried about. But I think I may still be able to attempt it. So I guess, yeah, I will take the sword and kind of hoist it up on the sundial.
Okay. Take the sword out and start to bring it toward the sundial. It's going to actually kind of lift out of your hand before you quite get to the spot that you were intending to go. And just sort of voop up to a point where like the center point of the sword itself is going to be hovering right above the point of the gnomon, and the sword is just going to kind of slowly spin in a clockwise direction at a steady pace, unwavering.
Is it spinning clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise.
And everything else
we
in
try
here
and
has
wait?
been spinning counterclockwise?
Yes.
Do we try and wait for it to stop like the arrows did or the shadows did before?
Yeah.
Sure.
So we're waiting.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
watching a fucking spinning sword over a sundial.
The sword spins, and about a minute passes. Nothing changes. Another minute. Nothing changes.
Okay.
Several more minutes. It is exactly the same, spinning the same direction, the same pace, unwavering and unchanging.
Since the room or the shadows are spinning counterclockwise, do you think maybe we have to retrace the paths we went down?
Mm. I don't know. Do we just pick any direction and go?
Maybe. So we went north. We went northeast. They're the successful things. We're north, northeast, south, middle. And we tried touching the middle again, and that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Or look up. Has anything changed?
The tower is in a wildly different spot than what you would have remembered the last time you looked.
Forgot about that tower.
But that's
Could we
about it.
have just been following the tower? What direction is the tower right now?
Right now, it's straight east.
Do we just go east?
I mean, sure.
How close is it? Is it like, has the distance from
Oh,
it
that's a
been
good
changing?
question.
Yes, actually, it's a very good question. So, imagine like you in character, you might have looked up or at least noticed it passively many, many times throughout this whole adventure in this maze. And it's like every time you notice it, it's in a completely different spot than it was before. And it
Sure.
it did not follow like we went this direction and curved this much, so it should be here. It's way off in bumfuck nowhere compared to where you thought it should be. And every time you look up, it's in a different place. Right now, it's off to the east, and it looks like it's like a few hundred feet away.
So tower / east.
Yeah. Let's just try and head to the tower.
Should we grab the sword?
And then if we get back, we can try going. Let's see if the sword comes down.
Yeah, what happens when I try and grab the sword back?
Is it
Yeah.
slow enough that he can, or is it like sticking your hand in the ceiling?
Yeah, it's not like going crazy. It's a steady, slow rotation. So it's easy enough for you to grasp at the handle, Cal. You're able to grab it. It comes down. It weighs about as much as it did when you put it up there. It feels really heavy compared to normal. But yeah, you're able to grab it.
Okay.
East.
Yeah, let's try east.
Okay. You go down the east pathway, and it doesn't take more than a few seconds before you end up at what looks like a dead end. The hedges are completely covering the pathway in front of you.
You want to turn around and just try all the other ones and see if we're at the same spot?
Or do we want to try chopping it down?
Hey Cal, you have a big old sword. Do you want to cut through these guys for us real quick?
I mean, I'm taking the great axe and I'll try and whack at the overgrown part.
Okay. A single swing will chop away at some of it. You can see and feel some of the hedge giving way. Do you keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. A few hacks and slashes later, you will see. Imagine like knit threads just sort of peeling away from, some of it being cut. It's like it's being stretched and I guess sheathed the rest of the way apart from the outer edges sort of pulling away, and you will find yourselves at the foot of the very same tower that just a few seconds ago seemed like it was hundreds of feet away, with a single double door entrance and a massive lift in front of you. That is where we're going to call it a day.
Let's go!
Good shit. All right.
Damn, man.
That's my favorite dungeon in the whole game.
That
Like,
was fun.
It's so
That's
cool.
so
That's
cool.
so good. That was real
And-
fun.
Once we figured it out and tried all of the options in that one.
yeah, and you only experienced about half of the. What if they choose the wrong paths? So,
Sure.
Really?
yeah,
That's
a lot of good stuff there. All right, well, we are out. Stream. We were supposed to be on YouTube today, but shit's being weird and difficult for some reason. So, we will. I will commit to making it happen for sure. We will be on the Crits and Giggles YouTube channel live from the next session forward, with all the sessions still going up on that page as well. So if you want to go back into our 61 now session history, woo, a lot of
So weird.
it's 3 years. We've done a lot of
Years, gang,
stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be wild to go back and like listen through all that. Anyway, we're out for today. Have a good one.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.